The stories that make up Iowa's identity
For me, Iowa means peace, tranquility, supporting each other.
are your stories.
His will and determination to live a full life.
When I was at my lowest point in life, battling cancer, I cleared that driveway that you came up.
And Local 5 is there to celebrate them with you.
This is our family heritage. I look at that as kind of a unique legacy that we'll all leave.
Watch more of your stories on Local 5 News.
Upon first glance, you could probably tell that Adam Phillips is an athlete. And you'd be right. He's a thrower for the Drake track and field team, but there's more than what meets the eye with Adam. He's got a love for music and a voice as powerful as his throws.
It's a very bass, baritone, resonant voice. It's big.
Adam is from England and took to sports pretty quickly as a kid. And eventually, he took to singing as well. Considering he comes from a family of musicians with a culture that embraces the arts, it was bound to happen.
My family's a good chunk of them come from Wales, and we have in our national anthem, in the very opening phrase, we're sort of the land of the singers and the poets, so it's sort of a very proud thing for a Welsh person to embrace their singing side.
So when it came time to deciding where to go to college, Adam was forced to expand his search beyond his home country if he wanted to pursue both singing and track and field.
In the UK, that wasn't going to be possible. I could go to a good school for music or for track, but not really both.
That's what led him to Drake, where he's now pursuing both of his lifelong passions. Instead of choosing just one to pursue after college, Adam is aiming to do both, and he's got it all planned out.
My aim is to the Commonwealth Games for all the Commonwealth nations, and Wales included. That's my big target right now in 2026, and then we'll see from there. There's obviously the 28 Olympics in LA, so that would be a dream come true. So, but then after that, then I'll be winding down and starting to think about singing then professionally and hopefully full time at that point.
His teacher Leanne believes he can definitely turn that dream into a reality.
When I heard him sing, I said, "You're going to be the next Bryn Terfel," who is a famous Welsh opera singer. And I think Adam could be, actually. He's got the voice.
If there's an opportunity to sing and that can take me around the world, that would be fantastic. That's the ultimate dream, I think, to travel the world and sing and throw and just be happy.
Zoe Mahoney, as seen on Scott Van Pelt, Good Morning America, and #1 on SportsCenter's Top 10 Plays on an NFL Sunday nonetheless. Not bad for a first career goal.
It's just been crazy, just seeing everything going online and getting put out everywhere. It's just so cool to see.
2 years ago, Mahoney saw another player doing this, so she took 2 weeks and mastered it, adding 15, 20, sometimes even 25 yards to her throw-ins, large in part to the 10 years she spent as a gymnast.
Definitely having the background in gymnastics helped with being comfortable, flipping over a ball, and just having that balance to stay on the ball while you're upside down. That definitely helped a lot.
It's not just a cool goal. It was a crucial one in a 2-1 win over rival UNI.
UNI had an amazing start to their season. Coming in undefeated, it was definitely intimidating, and we were game planning for them all week. So to come in and get the win against a really great team was just an awesome start to our conference season.
This triple backflip has become normal for Gage Kyle. What's not so normal is seeing a 16-year-old do it.
The day he did it, I don't think I said anything because I just couldn't believe it.
Gage is the only gymnast under 18 to successfully do a triple backflip on the floor. At first, his coach Spencer Johnson was hesitant to let him try such a risky move, and he made Gage prove that he could land the move consistently and safely.
I did a few on the trampoline, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna try it on the real floor, or into the pit, and I did a few of those. I had to wait after nationals to try it on the resi, and I did it, and I landed second try, and I just been doing it ever since.
It takes a lot of power to pull something like that off. It's what Johnson says makes Gage such a unique athlete.
It's not something that you can really teach. That kind of, you can get your gymnast strong, you can get them flexible, but to be able to handle that and is very, very rare. So it certainly wouldn't have been me, but yeah, he went through all the stepping stones to do it, and now it's a pretty big deal.
With the triple backflip down, Gage has his sights set on a new challenge. He'll be debuting a new vault at the U.S. Championships with the highest difficulty of any junior gymnast in the country. Of course, trying something new and difficult comes with some nerves.
When you first do it, it's really scary, but you just gotta like shut your brain off and just do it.
As the saying goes, with great risk comes great reward, and it's helped Gage soar to unprecedented heights. Over the course of a couple days, Sam Norris and a group of volunteers spent hours in the Roosevelt Wrestling Room working to give it some much-needed upgrades. It recently experienced some flooding and was unusable for practice.
I wrestle, so when I heard about the wrestling room being flooded, I just wanted to do something about it because I want to get in here for off-season. There's youth clubs that need to use it, the newly instated women's team, so there's a lot of people that need to be in here and they can't right now because it is flooded. So I just wanted to take action and do something about it.
This project would require some serious sweat equity, which Sam wasn't afraid to put in. But it also required money, so he turned to the community to raise the funds for the project. And within just a day of creating a GoFundMe for it, he surpassed his original fundraising goal of $1,500 and was able to purchase all the materials necessary. And he's putting the extra money towards replacing their 20-year-old mats.
Like a night after we put it up, and my mom, it's because it said we were past the goal, and my mom was like, "Nah, it's not right," and I was like, "Yeah, it is," and it was amazing. I mean, we weren't expecting that at all, and just for the community to step up like that it really means a lot.
It's not every day you see that kind of generosity, but it's hard not to want to help a student like Sam who leads by example and with empathy. For the summer, he's organizing jobs for his football teammates that fit around their summer practice schedule.
In the past, a lot of them have had to miss our summer practices for jobs and stuff like that. So we want to create a little more flexible work scheduling. So we're running the baseball and softball concession stands, and then we're going to get in some mowing, stuff like that. So call me if you need some mowing or anything like that, for sure.
He may be a bit shy, but his willingness to help others speaks volumes about his character.
With leadership, it takes a certain kind of person to be able to communicate well and not only tell others what needs to be done, but demonstrate through their actions, and he's doing a fine job of that.
Someone's got to do it, so why not you? I mean, that's really all it is.
Bat speed's awesome, fun to watch. He's got good power in the box. He's a great athlete around the bases, in the outfield. As a player, you can't ask for much more.
Last season, DeRocher was top 10 in the American Rivers Conference in batting average, OPS, slugging, doubles, home runs, RBIs, and total bases. He's a ball player addicted to the game.
It seems like anytime I'm in the office, I hear the bat pinging, and I walk into a hitting room and I look, it's him hitting with 3 or 4 other guys. And it's 3 or 4 different guys every time.
Not only is Colton one of the best baseball players in the ARC, he's one of the best athletes that Central has. And he does it all with a deformed left hand, a defect that he's had since birth.
For me, it was tying my shoes. When I got contacts, trying to figure out how to put those in. But everything else, I learned and taught myself at such a young age. So honestly, from probably 7, 8, 9 years old, there really hasn't been anything that I had to relearn or learn new.
He couldn't be where he is today without his work ethic, something that he learned when he was 7 at a basketball practice. The drill was to dribble around the court with his left hand, but he told his coach that he couldn't and immediately felt embarrassed.
When my dad picked me up and told him, expecting him to show me sympathy, and instead of showing sympathy, he basically chewed my butt and basically said he's already seen me overcome more than he ever thought. So then he gave me a big speech on, if I don't believe in myself, nobody else will. And ever since that moment, it was never I can't do this. It's more of how am I going to figure it out?
Colton has obviously figured out how to be an elite baseball player, but what he's overcome to get there is rarely talked about by him. He wanted his play on the field to do the talking.
He won't talk about it on or off the field, but you watch him sometimes and it's jaw-dropping. It puts a lot of people in awe. His swing is probably smoother than almost anybody in the conference.
At the end of the day, it's not something that's talk, hey, even with one hand, he does this, he does that. No, he's a great athlete, he's a really good player, and the stuff that he's done on the field is special regardless, and it's adds to the story that he happens to have a birth defect.
He swings like any baseball player, but in the field he has to improvise. It's unique, but the transfer is still quick enough for him to play in right field every day, but that doesn't stop teams from testing him.
Some kid hit like a routine single to me. I like picked it up not thinking anything like of it, and then next thing you know I see him rounding first and I throw him out of second base by like 40 feet.
You're giving us a free out there. He's got a great arm. If you want to test his ability to make the transfer, then test his ability to make the transfer. He'll make a good throw 9 times out of 10.
DeRocher has spent the summer playing on the Louisville Sluggers Warriors national amputee baseball team, traveling the country. In the spring, he'll play his senior season at Central, just 9 home runs away from the school record. In Pella, Jake Brend.
It's inspiring, honestly, watching him do some of the things he does.
Regardless of your situation, you can make the most of it.
Local 5 Sports.